Hello, collective. I'm here to drop in for a spontaneous read. I got a download coming in. This is for all signs, okay? We'll see what comes out in the deck just to give the clues for who the players are on the board. But I already got a lot of messages coming in. I'm not going to waste your time on any contrived shit. Do practice the energy exchange. Subscribe, like, share. Keep the flow going. I got a lot more I'm going to be bringing to the table for you all here. But we're just going to dive right in. All right. I don't want to lose this flow. Okay. It's really funny because I got, my sidekick, my fetch Ted, the German Shepherd here with me. And, as my stagehand, he always gets paid in some kind of treats. And he's got a hot dog today, which is like one of his favorite things. And it was really funny because as I was getting things set up to do this reading, I went and I put the hot dogs down, and I just happened to put them down on the Kali Oracle deck. And all of a sudden it made me think of this energy of the goddess Eris, right? The goddess Eris is the Eris of chaos and discord, She's about that creative energy where anything can happen. And there's this story with Eris, where she wasn't invited to the wedding that all these other goddesses were invited to. She was kind of snubbed. So, she took a golden apple and inscribed upon it Callisti, which means to the prettiest one or to the fairest one. And she took it to this wedding and sort of crashed the affair and rolled this golden apple through the banquet hall, and it started all the goddesses fighting amongst themselves over who was the most beautiful. And I think that there may be some of you who are kind of working with this rebellious energy, in your life right now. Maybe you're ruffling a few feathers and kind of getting some noses out of joint, But one of the things that came in really strong was bitches be thirsty out here, okay? And when I mean thirsty, I mean they are parched, like they're needing sustenance. They're needing something to, really fulfill them on a soul level. And this applies to every area of life, okay? It's not just in the typical way we think of thirsty, but, there's some of that out there too. People selling their souls for love, but it's funny. You don't need to sell your soul for love because love is who you are, man. On a real level, if you're looking for it outside of yourself, you're never going to fucking find it. You got to be in that place within you, and then it draws everything that resonates with that frequency to you, okay? So if you're dealing with some fuck shit, in the love department in your life, take a look inside and see where you lost touch with yourself, because as soon as you get reconnected with yourself, you're going to be thinking a lot more clearly about your way ahead. I also got this message of, you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. And there's a lot of that energy out here. It's like the answers are around you, the opportunities are around you, what you need is around you, but you expect it to fucking come to you served on a silver platter, and life doesn't fucking work like that as much as you wish it did. There really is a need for people to do the work out here. And it's not just like the inner work. It's the outer work too. Like you gotta, get shit done. It's a time for really taking action and not being in this internalized space anymore. And I know a lot of people kind of got used to that energy over the past couple years. But it really is time to like get moving, This movement energy is coming in, it's going to be quickening, and it's going to be picking up pace, all right? So this time for sitting back and expecting life to come to you, it's over, It's time to set things into motion, and you're really going to see that energy coming in, So there's a lot of this kind of covetous energy, competitive energy, mine energy, jealousy energy that's out there in the collective right now, swirling about. Mainly because people look at where other people are, or what they have in their life, what they've established for themselves, or opportunities they have, and they're getting stuck in this mindset of, well, why isn't that happening to me, or why am I dealing with what I'm dealing with on my path? Because you're you and they're them, and that's the way life works, man. You know, that's the way life works. It's funny because the first card that, came out when I said that is the Guru here, okay? And Guru, I always think, G-U-R-U, stop looking at what other people got, because it's blinding you and it's making you a little impotent here too. Like you're staying stuck in this place of non-action because you have this idea from looking at what other people got going on in their lives that things just come to them, but that's not the way life works. Like anytime somebody is experiencing a blessing in their life, or they got a level up happening in their reality, it's because they worked really fucking hard for it, and you don't necessarily see all the work that they do, or it's because that's what's meant for them. They're on their own path. You're on your own path. Oh my goodness, sentience here. So there is no need for like contrast and compare in any situation, or competitiveness in any situation, or coveting what somebody else has got, because people out there who like have their eye on what else someone else has got, and want to try to maneuver things in order to get things to align with them, take that opportunity, intercede, interfere in somebody's relationship, these kind of energies, right? These kind of game playing energies, it always turns out poorly in the end when you move like that. There's no real, opportunity there. And that's what you can't see. You need to open up another kind of vision, You need to open up another kind of vision, see a different kind of way forward, instead of, having these faulty perceptions be what's driving you forward, because that's what's keeping you stuck. You think things just come to people. And because you think things just come to people, you sit around on your ass and you expect shit to come to you, and yet nothing's happening because you expect things to come to people. That's how you're moving through the world. And the life doesn't work like that. You got to go get it, man. You got to strike while the iron's hot. You want to go through that doorway. You want that opportunity. This way you've been seeing the world, it's like full of holes, man. The queen of holes. You're fucking yourself. And you're valuing the wrong things. Look at this. We got a woman breastfeeding a VCR here, and this to me sends a really powerful message, because it's like not only talking about outdated way of seeing things, right? Who has a fucking VCR anymore? You might have one somewhere, to watch those really old videotapes, you Generation Xers, okay? But a lot of people don't even have a VCR anymore, and yet look, this is what you're holding on to, this like old outdated way of doing things, this old outdated way of viewing things, this old outdated version of yourself. It's really time to revamp that. 8:55 on the clock when I said that. It's like 55, man. It's all about change, and change that needs to happen whether you like it or not, and sometimes to really change our lives, that means we have to look at like, what am I like actually like pouring my energy into? What am I nurturing here? I'm nurturing this old version of myself, and it really has to go. It's in need of a reboot. Yeah, stop going for these old concepts, of what it means to be in a place of fulfillment in your life. You kind of need to embrace some of your wilder instincts, instead of chasing after this like idea of what happiness means. this idea that you see on social media, this idea that you see in the movies about, oh, this is what happiness looks like. Why don't you dive into some of your instincts a little bit more with this big, sexy Satan? You know, this is a little controversial, right? Notice, look here, there's those breasts again, okay? It's like nurture the beast, feed the beast. Unleash the beast. You know, we got the pussy here, we got the cock here. You know, this is like masculine, feminine duality. And this isn't a channel for children, okay? This is for grown ass people. This is an adult channel. So it's very clearly stated in the way I set up this channel. So if you're offended by, you know, real talk, or if a word disrupts your day, this isn't the channel for you, okay? But we're all adults here. You know, this is really about getting in touch with those primal instincts. Look at the antlers. Look at the horns here, you know? Again, Kali energy. Look at that tongue stuck out. Kali came in the beginning, right? And Kali is all about cutting away what is false, cutting away the illusions, cutting away what isn't true, you know? So we got a dualistic message here, but there's another message about why Kali sticks out her tongue, and I want to bring that in, all right? So everybody thinks that Kali sticks out her tongue as like a form of wrath, but that's an inaccurate understanding of why Kali sticks out her tongue. The story is Kali was on the war path, okay? She was raging for order, and she was causing a lot of destruction all around her. And Shiva, seeing where Kali was at, was like, whoa, I need to like cool this fire down, or else this ain't gonna be good for no one. So Shiva took it upon himself to lay down in Kali's path so he could stop her in her tracks. 12:12 on the clock when I said this, okay? So, you know, maybe Shiva and Kali energy, which is really, you know, Kali is that raw, primal form of the Shakti energy. This is something that's really coming through, is something you might want to, you know, dive into and connect with, collective, okay? That raw, primal, instinctual, right? Intuitive part of yourself, you know, that maybe doesn't fit within borders. Shiva's energy is very much like that too. Shiva does not get put in a box, okay? Shiva is the eccentric, okay? He does his own thing. He follows the beat of his own drummer. So there's a lot of this energy coming forward too about like breaking from the pack. Don't be thirsty for what everybody else is thirsty for. What will really quench your thirst? Drop into that. What will really quench your thirst at the end of the day? You know, 13:13 on the clock when I'd said that. Okay? This isn't like about shadow work. This is about reclaiming this wild energy. This is like pan energy, okay? I got a lot of the like gods, goddess mythos coming through. And, you know, we going back to that Shiva Shakti energy, you know, the feminine aspect is that creative force. It's what gives birth to the inspiration. And then the masculine is like the way through. It's what seeds the vision, so it can come through the feminine into the materialization. You know, this is really about aligning with that energy. But like I was saying, went on another track. I'm telling you, there's been so many downloads coming in lately. It's really been coming in heavy. When Shiva lay down to stop Kali in her tracks, she did not see him, and she stepped on his chest. And when she looked down at her beloved and realized what she had done, that her anger had blinded her to the extent that she would actually tread upon her beloved, she stuck her tongue out in shame. Okay. So I feel like this is a message that's really coming through. Maybe there's parts of you, okay, that you're integrating right now, and especially with that Pluto retrograde energy, that you've been ashamed of, shadowy aspects that you carry, ways that you do maybe have these perceptions of other people, the way you do contrast and compare, the way you do chase after things, but they're like kind of built on this fantasy and not what's real. And the way you've given your power away to these things, you might be coming to some realizations about shit you need to work on, shit you need to clear out. Okay, it's 15:33 on the clock when I said that. So that's about, don't worry, there's helpful people, there's helpful energy, coming in to help you align with your purpose. But you got to be willing to listen. You got to be willing to dive into this more primal part of you. You can't like ignore these aspects of yourself that need refining. It's about drawing it in closer, sinking into it, and really like feeling your way through. But this is also about thinking about what really will quench your thirst. And maybe what will really quench your thirst, maybe who you are doesn't fit within the alignment of how people think you should be or what they think you should be doing. And so there's this kind of like rebellious energy that's coming forward too. There's this sort of like Lilith energy that's coming forward strongly too. It's been coming in for, the past like week. I've felt it really building, which makes sense because with that Pluto energy in retrograde, Pluto is one of the ruling planets of Scorpio. So we got Scorpio energy coming in right now. Okay. And in Scorpio, in the sign of Scorpio, Lilith, Black Moon Lilith is exalted, okay? It's exalted. So, have a look at where Lilith is, where the asteroid Lilith is in your chart, okay? Because there's some great significance there about where you need your rebellion in your life, where you need to overthrow this kind of like all the shoulds, okay? We see this nobody energy here, it's cutting off your life force to conform to these things that really have you feeling like a clown, right? Like you're just playing this role. It's time for like transformation of everything that's been put on you. All these stories you told yourself about who you are and what you're able to do in this life. You're here to do what you're here to do. And the only way you can get in touch with that, your purpose, is by really honoring where you're feeling pulled, where you're feeling the energy like resonation. I almost said like resignation. And there's a piece of that too. It's like, where's the resignation? Where is it like, okay, I guess this is what I need to do. That it's time to drop that energy because that's what's really keeping you stuck. Cut away that energy. Take the risk to transform and go towards what will give you your happiness with this sun energy here. And with the sun energy, I always have to think of Leo, okay? Leo energy coming in there too. And as I'm calling out signs, understand these are archetypal energies. Anybody in the collective can embody them. And, if you do have one of these signs strongly aspected in your chart, this message may be particularly pertinent to you. Yeah, it's time to ask yourself, what have you been loyal to here with this golden retriever? Look, this golden retriever has bit the hand that's fed him. Because he's realizing, it's feeding him something false. It's giving him some bullshit. What he's been told will give him happiness. What he's been told is going to fulfill him. What he's been told is the answer to his life is like chasing, castles in the sky. There's nothing of true value there. What worth is a kingdom like that? The true key to the kingdom is in severing, you know, the allegiance, the loyalty to these kind of ideals, right? Bring on that death, you know, move into that Pluto energy, that Pluto retrograde energy. You know, there's nothing to fear about the deaths in our lives. You know, things have to die for new things to be planted. I want to do a cut of the deck energy on this one, and then I feel a little bit motivated to pull out some other cards here. Yeah, interesting, right? There's the technology again. Look, it's like this old, outdated fucking... It's like that shit Generation Xers, you remember when computers first came out? There was that one big clunky computer that the whole class had to use and learn on. Yeah, it's like, this is like slowing you down from where you're meant to go, right? All this old, outdated thinking, old, outdated way of being, you know, just kind of following the program, you know? It's really time to disrupt that energy and bring a new energy in, all right? So it's time for a little rebellion. And I feel like working with these playing cards here and just seeing what other messages want to come through to kind of like punctuate that, see what else needs to be said on this level. These cards right here wanted to come out. They just came out all together. Okay, we got the 2 of Hearts with the 3 of Clubs and the 10 of Swords, you know. For some of you, this may have to do with how you move in relationship. This may have to do with, you know, how you move forward just in the future in terms of, you know, your romantic relationships. I think you're really looking at this a lot. It's time to end some cycles. I think a lot of you have been dealing with third-party dynamics and you don't want to deal with this shit anymore, you know? Maybe you always did kind of tolerate that because there was some kind of message you got in your upbringing that that's just what you do, you know? You stick it out, you defend what's yours, you know? You do your best to make a relationship work. But why do we do that? Why do we do that? Really? I mean, think about it. If you have, you know, certain you know, requirements to feel fulfilled and happy in a relationship, and you're clear about these things, and then that gets violated, why do you stay in that situation? Like, why do you stay in that dynamic and work it out? And is there a need to be so attached and to cling to this, you know, to feel like, okay, it just has to be this person, you know? Isn't that kind of showing you right there that your energy's out of alignment with this person? I mean, it's all about how you look at it, you know, but we do see like a lot of defensiveness, you know? This may be coming up for masculine air signs, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, okay? This like, or even those who just run a lot of masculine energy, you know? This need to kind of like feel like you have to defend your position, but, you know, maybe it's better to stick a fucking fork in it, you know, with this 10 of Spades energy, because we definitely got third party influence in there. And yeah, you know, we see this is the title deck card, you know, hidden. There's a lot hidden here, and it's in the shadow. 24:22 on the clock when I said that. There's a lot hidden here. There's a lot that's been going beneath the surface, going on beneath the surface that you're not aware of, you know? And if you did know, I don't think you would be so hip to, you know, defend your ground. I got more shadow cards flying out of the deck here. You know, I think you may need to pull a Lilith, you know, and say, you know what, I deserve a certain level of, you know, satisfaction here. And if I can't be satisfied, then I'm out, you know. It's about really thinking about what get, woo, a lot of cards flying out here. You know, be mindful of what you're investing your energy in, right? You know, why put up with something that's, you know, just making do in the moment? That doesn't make any sense. Why do you want to defend that? Here, I think this is going to give some clues about what's hidden. Okay, shadow aspect, 6 of hearts. Also shadow aspect, 6 of clubs. Shadow aspect, 2 of diamonds. Shadow aspect, 4 of clubs. What I see here is that somebody in your situation, collective, has been reconnecting with somebody likely from their past. They've been juggling, and they've been doing this on the sly. And it's caused a lot of problems within a home. All right? And the thing is they think they've gotten away with it. They think. They think they've gotten away with it. But the joke's on them, and it isn't going to be good. It isn't going to be good with that Joker in reverse coming in the shadow aspect, because we got this light element coming in here, all right? And there's illumination coming in this regard. We got 6 of diamonds with 3 of diamonds right here, all right? So this shows that there's help coming in. Something is going to come up that's going to blow this out of the water, and it's going to all rise to the surface, okay? And it's very important that when this happens with the 8 of spades here, you don't get stuck, you know? Don't get bound to the situation by some sense of tradition, you know? Don't fight, you know, with this 5 of clubs energy in the light for what didn't fight for you, you know? Because this is false partnership here with this 2 of clubs in the shadow aspect. You know? Queen of spades in the shadow aspect. All right? That's, again, air sign. This message is coming forward for the air signs really strongly. Okay? Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. All right? Don't go to a place either where you let, you know, anger get the better of you when you get word about this. Okay? It's super important that you stay in your center. All right? Cut this shit off. You know how to do that. You know how to do that, Queen of Swords, King of Swords. You know how to practice that discernment. Cut this shit off. Cut it off clean. Don't be tempted. Don't be tempted. Because if you're tempted, you know, to try to defend that position, work it out with somebody who, you know, threw you under the fucking bus, you block your blessing of this ace of, you know, diamonds that wants to come in. And let me tell you, that'll affect you materially too. There really is this energy right now. Yeah, look, wish fulfillment with this 9 of hearts behind that. This is what wants to come in for you. This is what wants to come in for you. If you give these motherfuckers another chance, I don't care where you've experienced betrayal, okay? I don't care if it's in your romantic life. I don't care if it's in a business partnership. I don't care if it's in your social circle. If you give these motherfuckers another chance, it will block your fucking blessings with this 5 of diamonds energy. You need to cut people off, okay? Because they did you dirty with this 10 of swords. 10 of spades, you know? 10 of swords. Both can be used to impale. Both can be used to create injury, you know? That's that swords in the back, you know, from people you trusted. You really need to heed this message. And some of this, for those in the occult set, okay, some of this has been, people have been actually doing workings, negative workings against you. 3-0-0-0 on the clock when I said that. That's helpful messages coming in and spiritual gifts, okay? Don't let them block your blessings. You maintain the high road, you know, be aware of what you're feeling, all right? Don't try to ignore what you're feeling. Be honest with yourself. 30-30 on the clock when I said that, but don't suffer no bullshit. You know what you need to do. It's the hard thing to do. But it has you stepping into a place of empowerment with this Queen of Clubs energy. Stand for yourself.